Welcome in, One Nation, to another episode of The Latest Buzz. I'm your host, TJ Wingert. With another busy week in the books, let's start by talking about your 2022 indoor track and field champs as Lynchburg took home the title on both sides over the weekend. It was the first indoor title for the men since 2014, with the Hornets totaling 170 points, besting WNL, who finished in second by 85. And for the women, it was a continuation of a dynasty. The Hornets have claimed 3 consecutive indoor titles now after racking up 194 points over the weekend. Additionally, Stephanie Burnett won her 3rd Scholar Athlete of the Year award during her Lynchburg career. And now the track and field programs turn their attention to nationals on March 11th and 12th in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Transitioning over to men's lacrosse now, who had themselves as the number 6 team in the country coming into the weekend, and welcome number 8 Cabrini to Schellenberger Field. It was a slower start for the Hornets, who trailed 5-2 after 5 minutes had been played in the second quarter, but from that point onward, this game turned around completely. Lynchburg goes on an 8-0 run, the first 4 coming in the first half to take a 6-5 lead into halftime, and then garnered 4 more quick scores once we got to the third, and were in the driver's seat the rest of the way, taking down the Cavaliers 15-9. Ryan Kenny and Dylan Wolf each had 4 goals. Wolf tacked on 2 dimes with it, and Riley Mitchell finished with 3 goals and an assist as well. And continuing the trend of domination, baseball played 4 games at home this week, the first against Averett on Wednesday afternoon. Lynchburg plated runs in 6 of their 8 chances at the plate and rolled past the Cougars 6-1. The Hornets then hosted Dickinson for a 3-game set over the weekend, taking all 3 in the series, the first 2 decided by a single run, before the finale was all Lynchburg, resulting in a 10-0 Hornets win. Jackson Harding had a big 2 RBI single in Game 1, driving home the tying and go-ahead run in that game. Avery Neves in Game 2 went 3 for 4 with a triple short of the cycle, and in Game 3, Neves tacked on 3 more RBIs to his season total of 9. Cam Lane and Garrett Jackson both go 2 for 3, all while Brandon Pond picked up his 2nd win of the season while traveling through 5 frames. Also, I should note, Grayson Thurman, a lemur sighting, had saves in each of the first 2 games on the weekend, and he's now got 3 on the season. How about an even crazier stat, though? 21 strikeouts through 9 2/3 innings worth of work. A crazy start to the year for the senior. And speaking of sweeps, softball got one of their own at Mary Baldwin, taking down the Squirrels 5-3, then 7-2. Bree Hodges had a pair of long balls as well as 4 RBIs, and Sophie Tully showcased the pop at her bat with a home run of her own and a couple of doubles to go with it. All with the combined efforts of Angela Sparandeo and Kaylee Dorsis in Game 1, then Emily Charlton and Logan Curtis in Game 2. Lynchburg pitching staff held up their end of the bargain as well, helping give the Hornets their first doubleheader sweep of the season. Next up, a big day for the equestrian program on Saturday as the number 2 Hornets celebrated Senior Day with an NCEA meet against Sunny New Paltz. Additionally, this was a Code Red meet, so a huge crowd behind the Hornets. Lynchburg trotted away with a 5-2 victory on Saturday and wasted no time getting back in action on Sunday as the Hornets hosted an IHSA show, collected 9 ribbons, 3 of which were first place judgments, finishing with 37 points, besting Hollins to win the show. This weekend saw Lynchburg men's tennis grab their first win of the season as well over Ferrum, taking the match 7-2. And we'll see the Hornets back in action this week on the court, starting on Saturday with the men taking on Shenandoah, and the women's side, they will be playing on Wednesday at Hollins, then on Saturday also against Shenandoah. Lastly, both basketball teams did see their season come to a close this past week. The men fell to Virginia Wesleyan in the ODAC quarterfinals. Lynchburg trailed by 24 at the break, but in true Hornets fashion, didn't give up, brought the game down to a single digits contest late in the game, but ultimately free throws for Virginia Wesleyan put the game on ice, and the Marlins were able to surpass Lynchburg 65-52 final score. And for the women, it was a quarterfinals win for the Hornets over Roanoke in the 3rd meeting of the year between the 2 sides. Lizzie Davis led the way with 24 points, and that propelled Lynchburg into the semifinals and got to see Randolph make it for the 3rd time this year. And against the hot-shooting Yellow Jackets, Lynchburg did fall short 67-51, but nonetheless, both teams put on great seasons this year, but I know they're hungry for more, which means we are in for a treat next season. That's going to do it for this episode of The Latest Buzz. Be sure to head to lynchburgsports.com for more of the latest news, results, and stories revolving around Lynchburg athletics.